Yeah. Party people, let me see you now. Throw your hands up, yeah. We got the good rhymes, we're making the good times. We're taking over your mind and we're getting the good vibes. Now you're telling me don't stop the melody. Good times ahead of me, yeah. We got the good rhymes, we're making the good times. We're taking over your mind and we're getting the good vibes. Now you're telling me don't stop the melody. Good times ahead of me, yeah. We got the yeah. Party people, let me see you now. Throw your hands up. We got the good rhymes, we're making the good times. We're taking over your mind and we're getting the good vibes. Now you're telling me don't stop the melody. Good times ahead of me, yeah. We got the good rhymes, we're making the good times. We're taking over your mind and we're getting the good vibes. Now you're telling me don't stop the melody. Good times ahead of me, yeah. We got the good rhymes, we're making the good times. We're taking over your mind and we're getting the good vibes. Now you're telling me don't stop the melody. Good times ahead of me, yeah. We got the good rhymes.
I'm going to punch myself in the face. I'm going to punch myself in the face. I love seeing her excitement that we can't hear her. Okay, hold on. Let's start this again. Okay, ready? Hello, everybody, and welcome to stream. Hey, okay, welcome to stream. It is 7/2/2026. Listen, Mercury is in retrograde, okay? The YouTubes are going to go wild. The technology is not going to happen. The communication going to be bad, okay? We're going to have to get through it. We're going to have to get through it.
Every show should start like this and stay like this.
Thank you for the fake 5, Laura Owens, because we know you're broke, girl. We know you're broke. Okay, anyways. So I know, Flux, where are you? I don't know why I sang that like what's their names? Look at this phonograph. Okay, so I did clapping for new members. Welcome. Also, I see a lot of people talking about the bankruptcy hearing. I see a lot of people talking about me talking to Tiff. I've already talked to Tiff. I was already in her DMs. I think I'm just gonna give Tiff my phone number and be like, just in case something happens. The fate of the universe is in Flux's hands, always. I believe as soon as the audio comes out, Tiff and myself are going to be on stream. She also said that somebody else wants to be on stream with us. So we are in the works with that. We're not going to leave you. From Scotland, hello and welcome. We are going to get that for you. I don't want to go over it until I personally have all. all of the details. Okay. So, hello to everybody in the chat. Hello to Replay Crew or Plan B. If you guys are not already subscribed, please consider doing so. Like, smash, hype, just punch your computer in the face. Okay. It helps out a lot with the algorithm. Also, we have memberships if you want to go beyond the comments and you want to get some extra perks. Right. Laura, is that you? Anytime I hear somebody on the, I'm like, hello. So that might actually be my son. Moose? He's upstairs. I'm very, very scared right now. Anyways, hi Brad. Anyway, so we are going to go live. Hi Malin. We are going to go live when that audio comes out and we are going to get it for you. Don't worry, okay? It is on my radar. I have been reading some things, but I want to hear it for myself. I want to interpret it for myself, and I want to bring that to you. With that being said, we are discussing today more text messages. Oh my God, you guys, my husband pops in the chat every once in a while, okay? And he always likes to, tell me, the number that he sees on chat. He's like, it's growing, or, whatever. He just always sees me in chat.
What's the over/under? We see a new GFM for the Owens family's future commissary needs.
They're like, we need some money for ramen. J-Down, thank you for that 5. I appreciate you. Flux, you were summoned. We did an 0 Fortuna without you. You're late for the 0 Fortuna. But anyway, so my good morning, everyone. My husband always comes in the stream, and he always, pops in. He never says anything, but he pops in, and he always likes to tell me the number. Like, this is what it's at. It's so very exciting for me to have the channel grow, but for him to watch the channel grow. He's not a social media guy. He is not in social media at all. So I get very, hi Shawnee. I get very honored that he comes in and he sees me. So he's like, you had a big chat yesterday. It's exciting. He's like, I always like to pop in and see you having fun. And I was like, oh, thanks. And he goes, yeah, so you're an old Italian lady now? We're sitting at the table and I'm like, you came in at the worst time. He's like, so is that her mom? And I'm like, yeah. It's like, I don't know what that voice is. I'm not a voice actor. He's like, right, with my beef stick cigarette. And so I was like, we added Italian music. He goes, yeah, I noticed. And I was like, so we're sitting across the table. We're sitting across the table from each other. And I just said to him, I said, I don't know what my life is, right? Like, I just do what the people want and I have a good time. I said, but, I hope that you're not, embarrassed of me. And he's like, embarrassed of you? Why would I be embarrassed of you? And I'm like, because me being a fake New York lady telling a story about Laura Owens backed by like organ music, it's cringe. It's cringe content. And he's like, I don't think it's cringe. He's like, I think you're having a good time and it's very funny. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I hope my husband's not getting the ick. Do we get any Laura Satan voice today? I'm sure. I wonder. We'll see. I don't know. Can we look at your makeup? Oh, okay. So I did a little extra on the makeup today. Sometimes I wonder if it's going to be too much. I decided to go a little smokier. I could be a voice actor, I guess. Do the voice. Come on, Mr. Bearzz. Give it to me. I'm proud of you, and I don't even know you. You were made for this. Thank you. Good thing he wasn't here to watch the bean chat. Oh, my God. And we have the best time. Yay. I also saw somebody in chat who said that I think it was Dana, who said that they showed their husband the bean meltdown and now he's in chat. Jack, we cannot wear extra makeup at the same time. If I go over, you have to go clean girly aesthetic, okay? Just we can't. We can't. But Jack, I hope you're wearing your space buns. You're the mother of his children, funny, tough, smart. He can't get prouder. Thank you. Thank you. As is my husband from Italy. We speak Italian at home. We don't accept Jan as one of ours. Viva Italia. Viva Italia. That's me going to be listening when he can. Oh, my God. Jack picks or it didn't happen. All right. With that being said, one of these days, replay crew, I'm going to get you guys chapters. One of these days, I'm going to get y'all some chapters. But with that being said, I have so many space buns. I'm basically a Jets. Oh my God. The best way to make my word. Thank you. Thank you. Do we need, yes, knit Jack some fake space buns. Laura can't strike you because it's obviously satirical content. She could do whatever she wants. She could try. I embrace conflict. Henrietta, how dare you? Oh, somebody requested it. We're going to do it off the top. Manifest. Because that's what we do. We tell Laura to go to trial. Laura Owens. Do it, do it. We believe you. Tell your story. Go to trial. Woo! You're not a liar. Nuh-uh. We believe you. Yeah. Do it, do it. Hey, Laura Owens. Go to trial. We believe you. Everybody else is lying. Get your jumpsuit. Laura Owens. You can do it. We believe you. Bacon being her own hype man. I do what I can. Okay. So where we last left off, why is my moderation so wild today? Good Lord. Okay. I need music. We need horror music. I don't know if we'll get more text messages because we are now in the weeds of TROs. Hi, D-Buggy. So we shall see, but I'll get everything queued up. Laura, are you here?
I'm always here because I have nothing better to do. What am I going to do? Clean the casita? Ha ha ha! Not today.
YouTube things, chat. I know. I don't know what's happening. We will get more text messages. Oh, I'm sure we will. Happy to have the day off today. Yay. Ugh. I'll be replay crew in about an hour. Don't need another bean derail in the doctor's office. On Thursdays, we wear black. Get a job as if I'm here. Right. Okay, so let me change my screens here so you guys can see what we're doing. So we know yesterday that Mike filed a great response. That's right. We went through all the declarations yesterday. That's right. All the declarations, including Jan's 37-page response. So, hi, Ms. Wings. Yeah, don't worry. I took the thing off the screen. I'm going to fix that. I don't know how they did that, but I'm going to fix it. So, we have this. This is part one, and this is the plaintiff petitioner, defendant, Michael Maricini. Please see attached declaration for Laura Owens. This is 17 pages. Do you guys want me to read this in the voice? Because I could do that. It's a long time to have that voice. But this is Laura Owens. I declare as follows. I make all of the statements herein of my own personal knowledge. We're in a phone book. Right. Just take them. Except as to those matters stated on information and belief. What? And as to those matters, I believe them to be true.
Not cringe from a real-life New Yorker. With a real-life NY accent. You do us justice. Upper East Side, baby.
Yay! Lyle, thank you. Thank you. Satan voice, please. Okay. Thank you for the 5, Lyle. All right. And if called as a witness, could testify competently there too. You could? You could? Okay. I feel like though instead of horror music, this is more like quirky funny. I don't know why. I'm feeling silly. Pages of voice. 17 of them actually. Juror. 17. Y'all are in for it today. This is what I hear in my head when she tells her story. Perfect. Here we go. Laura, it's your turn.
I'm ready. The history of our relationship. The dichotomy. Mr. Maricini and I were romantically involved from March 2016 until late fall of 2017. Contrary to what he alleges in his declaration filed on January 22 of 2018. We did not stop dating in March of 2017. Thank you for that gift, D-Buggy. I met Mr. Maricini in March of 2016 through the League, a dating app for professionals that match people together based on their LinkedIn and Facebook profiles. His profile said that he was in real estate development and that he went to California Polytechnic Institute. He asked me out to dinner. I accept. Okay? Initially, Mr. Maricini was very charming. In the early months of our relationship, we saw each other often and seemed to have a lot in common. Mr. Maricini showed interest in my career, as I am the CEO of Quartet Farms, a company that buys and sells horses. He talked about his own career ambitions and said he was a real estate developer and that he had his real estate license. He also frequently talked about his many job offers at big development firms. I wanted to be with someone who was career-oriented like I am. Like you are? And I thought we were a good match. We talked about my love for animals and animal welfare, which he also claimed to care deeply about. He also often talked about his alleged relationships with celebrities. Sound familiar? He liked that my father, Ron Owens, is a famous local talk show host and was excited at the prospect of meeting celebrities.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. It's going to be a long one today, friends. Get your Gatorade, get your sweatbands. Oh, God. Much to his eternal regret. When I write technical documents, I have to worry about the difference between something someone can do and something someone must do. What? Ooh, and the voice even. Let's go. Can you be a professional if you've never had a job? That's a good point. That's a good point. Somebody told me in my comments, because I said start calling me a developing talk show host, and they said it sounds like you're developing, like you're gonna get boobs. My profile said I was an owner of 4 companies, but the federal government realized That was a lie. Okay, Sataness. Yeah, right. A CEO, you say. Right. She's a professional LLC destroyer. The league is for professionals, but yet they let Laura in. Y'all be careful. There's a shark in your dating pool. We should, and for research purposes, we should see if I could get on there. My husband's going to be like, what are you doing? Why are you on Hinge? I'm looking for Laura Owens. He's going to be like, stop it. Stop it. Oh, God. I thought she was just the face of the business. She's a professional baby. I don't think the court needs this level of detail. Asking for the courts, right. Never had a W-2 or 1099. I can't wait to hear the new bankruptcy hearing. Me and you both. She could be on an episode of Catfish. I hope you have some honey for your throat. I was sick 3 weeks ago. I think this is just who I am now. I feel great. I've been exercising. I rode the bike this morning. I'm getting sleep. My mother-in-law got me an Oura ring, and I've been sleeping. This thing, it's like your readiness, 90%. But you did, no, Jared, well, I'll play it at the end too, but you did miss our song. But yeah, no, this is who I am now. This is who I am. Okay, back to pressure washing. If your comment doesn't show up, blame bacon. Oh my God. Hi, Jen. Yep. This is like the start of a LinkedIn bio, not a court document making serious allegations. I know. Little baby no thoughts. That's her new name. Little baby no thoughts. Oh, God. All right. Back to the grind. Fucking music. Comic Detective is what this song is called. Hi, Ville-Marie.
In or around late May or early June 2016, I was asleep when I was suddenly struck in the face by Mr. Maricini. I don't know exactly how he hit me. I think either his elbow or fist hit me near my eye. I can't say for sure. I don't know exactly how he hit me. But I believe he may have been asleep and involuntarily hit me somehow.
Then why? Getting sleep, shut the fuck up. Come a chameleon. If he hit you involuntarily, why is this in here?
I had a black eye for a day or two after this. One of his friends told me that one of his ex-girlfriends also woke up with a black eye because Mr. Maricini accidentally hit her while he was asleep. Coincidence? I think not. In June of 2016, Mr. Maricini and I are out for a walk. While we were walking along the water, he grabbed me by my jacket and he pushed me towards the water, acting like he was gonna throw me in. I had previously told Mr. Maricini that I don't know how to swim. Later during the walk, we were passing by a shrub when Mr. Maricini used one of his hands to shove me into it.
This is the shit my 17-year-old sister does. Oh my God. She shoves people into fucking bushes. Oh my God.
He did these things as jokes, but they felt somewhat aggressive.
Could you imagine Michael just walking? Mike, it's so comically funny because Mike is 6 feet tall. He's 6'4", and she's 5 feet tall, and him just fucking launching her into a set of bushes. It's so fucking funny. Oh, God. Seems like Omar could use this to get the DVRO blocked from ever being able to come back. She starts with perjury, CEO of my ass. Oh, we got a king size bed. Good day. Hello. This bitch keeps popping in my mind in a loop over and over. Yet this is nowhere in the texting. Right. One of his friends told me, objection, hearsay. I've accidentally, oh my God, people's elbowed Miss Flux in the face while asleep. I still feel bad. And that was like 8 years ago. She should have used, but was it a Mica cream? And did they give her a Mica cream? Amica cream? Oh, it's Amica cream. Amica cream. And what did they do with the Amica cream? A shrubbery. I do that to my brother to this day, and we are 55. Stiff farm. He just fucking Heisman's her. Just woo. Hi, Sarah. My wife would do it to me. Oh my God. It's like a Peter Griffin move. Right. I'm a tiny person. If my 6'1" hubby accidentally elbowed or punched me in my sleep, I would have a giant bruise and probably split skin, not a tiny dark spot. Hi, Rachel. Amica cream. I want today to be a holiday. Every day is a holiday. It will be all right. Dude, my chat is crazy today with work interferes with watching. Just be like Lo. Just be the CEO of nothing. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. The water thing, isn't that from Gilmore Girls? Like when Luke pushed Jess into the pond. I don't know anything about Gilmore Girls. Why is my nose running so much? Ugh. So, I was going to say something. CEO of nothing. Yes. She is the CEO of nothing.
In June 2016, I found out that I was pregnant and felt very conflicted about whether to have the baby or terminate the pregnancy. I was diagnosed with polycystic ovary syndrome. Is that PCOS? In 2010 or 2011, which can cause infertility.
You don't know when you were diagnosed with PCOS?
I was afraid that I might never be able to get pregnant again, but also did not necessarily feel ready to have a baby. I told Mr. Maricini about the pregnancy and shared my feelings about terminating versus having the baby. Initially, he was supportive about giving me some time to think about the decision, but he said he thought it would be best if I had an abortion. A day or two after I told him, Mr. Maricini called me while on a trip with his friends and said that he decided an abortion was the best option for us. When he came back from his trip, he told me, hold on a second, what the fuck?
Why is my chat, hold on a second. Why is chat just like moderating so much? Give me 1 second. This is bothering the shit out of me. Let's see. Community moderation. Off. Turn it off. Messages in your live chat. None. None. Why is it like this? Gregory Gillespie. Oh, because it has moderation activity on. Turned on, because I'm dumb. Just kidding. Okay. We're back to being silly gooses. I am the CEO of this chat. I would love Gilmore Girls, would I? Useless fact, shrub is one of my favorite English words. That's what I should call her, though, now. Shrub. Oh, God. Luke pushes Jess in the pond, and later Jess wins the picnic auction and takes Rory to the same bridge. Then later, Jess gets punched in the face by a... What? Swan. She said pregnancy again. Right. Oh, my God. No, you're not bad. I know, you're not even spicy. I don't know why that was turned on. I turned on. What is going on? Okay. Here we go.
I told Mr. Maricini about the pregnancy and shared my feelings about terminating versus having the baby. Initially, he was supportive about giving me some time to think about the decision, but he said he thought it would be best if I had an abortion. A day or two after I told him, Mr. Maricini called me while on a trip with his friends and said that he decided an abortion was the best option for us. When he came back from his trip, he told me that if I had a baby, he would never want to meet the baby or be a part of his or her life, and that he would hate me for going through with the pregnancy. He said that if I had an abortion, it would prove to him that I was the type of girl he wanted to be with, and would show him how much I valued our relationship. He said he wanted a future together and could see us having kids down the road, but that he wasn't ready to be a father yet. He promised to be there and support me after the abortion.
Can anyone explain to me? Malin! You're the CEO of Bearzz.
You are CEO of Fun About Beans. Love you gesture emoji. Cool face emoji.
Hi, Kimbo. Welcome to members. So why is any of this relevant? I'd love to know. Official, we need a bean counter in chat. Yeah, the court humoring this is wild. This was part of a movie plot. A man said a woman could prove she truly loved him by aborting a child to show she didn't want to get pregnant to trap the rich guy. I don't know. What does this matter? Good Lord. Why? They don't care. Your members should be named bean counters.
Oh.
Wait, I know why it's not fixed. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I need to pop out this chat. There we go. And then go back to here. Hold on, I'm getting it. Professional streamer. All right. We're back. I vote for bean counters. Different legumes. You guys could be different beans. If they have to know bacon, they have to know it all from her. Honestly, none of this matters.
One night in late June of 2016, Mr. Maricini and I had dinner with my parents and were discussing my pregnancy. They knew I was pregnant already. Even though I had not made up my mind yet, Mr. Maricini told my parents that we decided to do the responsible thing and have an abortion. Mr. Maricini pressured to make an appointment at Planned Parenthood for the abortion. When I didn't do it fast enough, he scheduled it for me. Because I wanted to be with him and thought we could have a future together. And since I don't want to bring a child into the world without a father, I decided to go through with the abortion. In July of 2016, I terminated my pregnancy.
The text messages would state otherwise, but who am I? Love some bacons and beans. Oh my God, we would be Chuck Beans, wouldn't we? Oh, God. So you were an agreeable party? Right. Exactly. Right.
In the days following my abortion, I felt sad and started to feel immense guilt. I felt selfish for choosing my relationship with Mr. Maricini over the baby. I grieved for the child that would never be, and I started to feel depressed. On several occasions when I tried to talk with Mr. Maricini about how I felt, he got angry and lost control of his temper. He'd scream at me, and his face would turn bright red like tomatoes. He'd ball his hands into fists and pump them at his side while pacing around. I was afraid of this side of him, which I hadn't seen before.
I hate this so fucking much. I hate this. Good Lord. Oh my God. Someone doesn't know you're pregnant unless you are 1, pregnant, and 2, you have actual medical proof. I have the bonus babies all by myself next week. Don't need his travel extended. Oh, we're talking about someone else. Sorry. Officially a member. Yay! Bacon and beans. Vandy Camp's pork and beans. We are pork and beans. Beanie babies. Oh my God. We are officially pork and beans. He had the walking sprints. He's like those old people that walk through the mall in the morning. He's like with his arms, with his fists, and he pumps them side to side. That's us. We're now pork and beans. I'm pork. Y'all the beans. It's the jaunty music during this horror show. Right. There wasn't one bit of regret. And never did he get mad about it. God. In all of her abuse, she has 0 video of any incident. Most people at some point turn a camera or audio recorder on. Right. After I sent him 600 emails, the ending in
Question mark!
he would get so mad. It was unreasonable and scary that he wouldn't say he loved me. Right. Right. Good Lord.
About 1 week after the abortion, Mr. Maricini got mad when I told him I felt guilty about the abortion. He screamed at me. Could you believe it? He said I needed to get over it, and that he didn't want to stay with me for long if I couldn't. I felt betrayed, bamboozled. What's another word for betrayed? I felt betrayed since he promised to be there for me throughout the healing process. When I told him this, his response was, I would have said anything to get you to abort. Sure, Jan.
I'm so sure. What a loser. The Bean Brigade, and we will blast you. Hi, Jupiter. We'll get a jail name. Lil Bean. Her name's Lil Bean. I'm the Queen Bean.
Between July and November, welcome to Curious Minds. So ridiculous. Between July and November of 2016, things between Mr. Maricini and I were rocky. I continued to struggle with feelings of sadness due to the abortion. I would frequently like to try to talk to him about this, but whenever I brought it up, he just got mad and yelled at me. He'd say that I should be over it. He'd tell me that he wants someone more cheery, like his ex-girlfriends were. Can you believe he dated someone before me? Yuck. He would regularly demean me. For example, he constantly told me I was worthless and ugly, and said that nobody would want to be with me because of my depression. He criticized my performance and said that he was just stating the facts by telling me I was bad at my job that I didn't have. He started calling me crazy and telling me that I was mentally ill. What? He told me that I was bipolar and needed to be medicated. I had never been depressed before having an abortion.
Well, got my first paycheck. Yay, D-Buggy! It's more than Laura's ever had. Oh, anyone is cheerier than you. Oscar the Grouch has his sunnier disposition. What? Right, what job? She had no reason to say supposed income if 200K didn't live together, not dependent on him. Hey, boss babe, kick him to the right. Hi, Wendy. Yep, called her ugly. And he was correct about her being bad at her job. These are all things she thinks about herself because you've been given anything you've always wanted until Mike. Right. Right. What job? Right. Exactly.
It was also during this time, between July and November of 2016, that I was spending a lot of money on Mr. Maricini that I chose to spend on him because they were gifts. In the beginning of our relationship, he would pick up the check when we went out for dinner, or we would split it. After a month or so, he stopped doing this and would allow the bill to sit on the table until I paid it. By late summer of 2016, it became implied that I would pay for everything. Then starting in or around October 2016, Mr. Maricini wanted to go out to fancy dinners several times a week, which my parents paid for on their fuck.
What's the word? When you get, like, Social Security? On their what income? Wait.
On their fixed income? In November of 2016, he started calling me his sugar mama. In 2017, after he lost his job, yuck, who loses a job? He started asking me to pay for his rent, which I did on a couple of occasions. He also asked me to take him on multiple vacations and buy him a $10,000 watch, which I did. Because saying no was never an option this whole time. He forced me to spend money on him. Don't you get it? I feel like he was taking advantage of me, but I loved him. So I did what I could do to make him happy. So I did it of my own volition. I did it because I wanted to. So I don't know why I'm putting this in a court record.
Ugh. Exhausting, girl. Exhausting. Oh yeah, I guess she had a miscarriage with the victim 0 before that, but she wasn't depressed. Beanie Babies. Money, not yours, you freak. Have we ever seen her laughing and joking with the guys in the thousands of texts we read? Right, no, none. No happiness. No her. How much do you think she actually spent on a fake watch? I don't know. Yes! Shameless plug for Jack. Jack's gonna record the napkin episode. Yeah, Jack. Yeah, Jack. Shameless plug. Do it always. All right. Everybody make sure that I'll watch the napkin episode on this channel. So there's that. You'd have to pay me money to spend time with you too. We're so hard on men. That is the one fault. There's plenty of POS women that will fake pregnancy, taking someone to court, ruining their lives. Should always have to have proof. I don't disagree. She probably got the watch from her sister and her dad. They bought on a cruise. Paying the check is signs you are abused. Noted. Right. Their pensions? No, it was the fixed income, is what I was thinking. He was working for the radio station for free, and you told him you were making 6 figures. So, right. And she also told him that she would pay for a bunch of things in the text messages. So, she wanted to be a sugar mama to him. I don't remember that. Can't lose your job if you don't have one. I bought my son a fake Rolex in the DR. Doctor? Well, and he said he thought it was hilarious. Laura and her parents were begging him to take him to dinner and lots of those texts. Right? I don't want to be with Laura because she's a depressive, miserable person. And no, I'm not sorry. This is hilarious. Horror music might work even better. I just think she's so cringe. We didn't hear the music if you had it playing. Oh, sorry. Napkin episode is already out. Did you hear that Hellville was live last night? She accidentally turned on the demon voice for about 30 minutes without realizing it. That's amazing. Did she not have headphones in? That's hilarious. I love that. Oh, Dominican Republic. Right. Off to the real job. What? A real job. Laura Owens could never. I turned the music down a little bit, but I'll turn it up. I'll turn it back up. I'm usually pretty nice with folks, but unfortunately I have to agree that Laura is miserable to be around. Not very cheerful, and something's always wrong. Right. It's always in a crisis. Always in a crisis. Hope this is better. I know. I want to know what the judge was thinking.
I really wanted our relationship to work, but I felt like Mr. Maricini did not like me and didn't want to be with me. When I would ask him if he wanted to break up, he said that he did not and would tell me he really cared about me and thought that we could work through our issues. This happened multiple times throughout a relationship. I feel like he wanted to continue dating me for the money and connections that my father's local fame provided, but that he didn't care about me. In November of 2016, Mr. Maricini and I went to a Tony Robbins conference, which he asked me to pay for. No, bitch!
You said that you got the tickets from the radio station. You said you got it from somebody at the radio station. God, this is a lie. This is a lie. Why am I mad? It's all lies. It's all lies. It's all lies. Hi, Charlie. Charlie, I'm already raging.
He said the conference would help our relationship by helping me get over the abortion. He was struggling at work and told me this conference would help give him more direction to find out what he really wanted to do, which he said would make him a better partner. During the conference, Mr. Maricini emotionally and verbally abused me, often in front of other people. For example, journaling and sharing within a group was an important part of the conference. Every time I shared with the group what I had written, Mr. Maricini laughed at me.
We also laugh at you, girl. Don't worry.
He made fun of me, and he put me down in front of everyone else. I was in tears throughout the conference because of his beratement. Once I was crying, one of the people who worked for Tony Robbins Corporation approached me and asked me if I was okay. They told me that they had overheard Mr. Maricini putting me down and asked if I wanted to break up with him publicly on stage. I felt ashamed and said no.
What? It was a feel-good conference, and they asked you if you wanted to break up with your boyfriend on stage. Oh, my God. Already it's too early. It's never too early. I'm here. I'm not a cat. She would like to know if you curl your hair, crimp your hair, or do nothing before wrapping it in space buns. I just got off the bike, so I put it up with all the sweat that I was sweating. And then I can actually show you, but I do a little ponytail, and then I pull a little through, and then I do another little bun. But no, I don't. There's a lot of really good tutorials on TikTok about it. Equal opportunity fun maker. This is a 12-year-old that wrote it on stage, right? Publicly, right. She should become a fiction writer. Oh God, I'm starting to think that this Laura Owens person is kind of sketchy, huh? And how does this relate? Objection, relevance, sweaty space buns. That is. I'll take things that never happened for 500. Yeah. Hair tips. I got to do my behind the scenes.
I ended up offering to do something else live on stage at the Tony Robbins conference.
Laura, put your beehole away, girl. Laura. Can't just be slopping that beehole around everywhere. Come on now. At least get you an OnlyFans. You gotta make that money up somehow, girl. We don't judge. Let's go. Go ahead, girl. Get your bag. Thank you for that 5. Tony, this is what we do when we watch your Netflix special. I feel like I should turn my lights down. Oh, anyways. TR and B-hole. Oh, my God. None of this ever happened. Oop.
After the conference in late November or early December of 2016, Mr. Maricini and I took a break. He told me that it was unnatural for me not to be over the abortion and that he didn't want to be with someone who was depressed. Even though he was depressed at some point, and expressed that to me and told me that he needed some time and some space, and I didn't respect that because I respect nothing. I'm ad-libbing. He told me that he would only be with me if I was medicated. During this time, I saw treatment for the depression that Mr. Maricini insisted I suffered from. A couple of weeks later, he asked me to dinner at my favorite restaurant, and we started seeing each other again. On December 9th of 2016, I felt suicidal and reached out to my parents for help. I was overwhelmed and felt bad about the abortion and Mr. Maricini's hatred towards me. You should also know that I faked pregnancies and faked this abortion and told Mr. Maricini that I faked all of it, and then he was going to break up with me, so that I told him I would kill myself so that he wouldn't break up with me, which is why I was suicidal on December 9th of 2016. But I'm not going to write any of that in here because I don't want to know. I don't want you to know about that. My parents contacted Mr. Maricini and pleaded with him to be supportive and intervene. I did not want to talk to him and ignored his calls for several hours. I mean, I would call him incessantly and he would ignore my phone calls for hours. My parents called the police and had them come check on me. The police took me to the ER where I was given IV fluids. I spoke with a psychologist and was released later that night after I had calmed down and no longer felt like I was a risk to myself. Contrary to Mr. Maricini's allegation in his declaration, I was never treated in an inpatient facility, even though that's what my mom said in a text message to him. that I was an inpatient. My psychiatrist adjusted my medication after this.
Good Lord. Good Lord. Bet you she brought it. Bet you she brought that bean blaster. Justice for alpine salamanders. If she didn't check out after that, she's here for the long haul. She must realize that she's awful to be around if she thinks being tied to her with a baby is the threat that she can wield it to force men to keep seeing her. Yeah. She already is one. Exactly. Oh, God. And then I started taking horse tranquilizers like a normal person. Oh, God. The other day I Googled bean blasters so I could know what you were talking about. First thing that came up was a shower head. It's exactly what you think it is. It's exactly what you think it is. That previous mood music reminds me that recently when talking to someone, I described myself as one of my foster cats as the Barry White of cats. He's black, fluffy, and full of love. Let's see. Why would the police take you to the ER? So you were just dehydrated? IV fluids for a mental health visit? I don't know. We're just making shit up now. She's pretending to be in an inpatient facility, remember? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if she ever had a that's an interesting point about custody. Right. I'm not sure they'd leave her with custody.
On December 30th of 2016, Mr. Maricini and I flew to Iceland. We had been planning this trip since early November and decided on Iceland since Mr. Maricini wanted to go there, even though I told him that it was for work, and then we broke up because I lied to him about a bunch of stuff and told him that he could go by himself, and then I waited until the last minute when he was trapped inside of a metal tube for 12 hours, and then I decided to run on the plane and sit next to him so he couldn't get out and escape. Great plan. He said the trip would help our relationship. He told me everything he wanted to do in Iceland, and I planned and paid for it. The trip cost at least $15,000. I emptied my childhood savings account to pay for it. I have poor money management skills. Okay? And apparently that's Michael Maricini's fault. During the flight from San Francisco to Reykjavik, Iceland, Mr. Maricini berated me non-stop for hours. He criticized me for nearly everything I said or did. If I turned my head to look at him when he said something, he'd criticize me for turning too quickly, telling me that my reflexes were unnaturally fast and that there was something wrong with me. He criticized my career, which I don't know how he did that because I didn't have one, and told me I was bad at my job, which is a lie because I've never had a job and was worthless. He told me I was ugly and that nobody else would ever want to date me. When I would try to kiss him and cheer him up, he told me I was gross and a bad kisser. He said I was bad in bed. Then he said he wanted to have a threesome since sex with me was so boring, girl. He suggested a threesome with my sister or with a black man. Could you believe it? Listen, she said this shit. I didn't say it. It's right here. It's right here. I'm not getting canceled over this stupid ass shit. He said it would turn him on to watch someone else to have sex with me. I told him no. And that felt uncomfortable because the only person I like watching me while I have sex is Tony Robbins. He seemed to enjoy putting me down. His criticism went on for hours, and I cried on and off throughout that entire flight.
Do, do, do. Choking, do, do, do. Oh, God. Psych hospitals don't just release your hold when you're there, thoughts of suicide. You can't just say, right, you can't just leave. Right, in another version, it was yeah, let's not forget the earbuds. You can't manage what you don't have, Bacon. Oh, and then, right, she also had cancer. Laura blew all of her money on a guy in hopes she could win him back, and after emotionally abusing him with fake pregnancies, miscarriages, and a fake job. What does this have to do with getting a DVRO? I don't know. But you know what? It's content. I love it. It's content. It writes itself, honestly. Like in Twilight. This is the skin of a fraudster, Bruce. Oh my God. This is so stupid. Yes, I believe it. You seem boring as fuck. My sister or a black man. I have to highlight that. It's right here. I didn't say it. I'm reading the transcript. Okay? Your acting skills are impeccable. Starting plan B now. Oh no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the funeral. Ugh. It reads like a really bad, trashy romance novel. A teen movie 50 Shades of Grey. Thankfully, the man didn't ask me to go to Iceland. I'd probably have a crazy story. Okay, she's a goddamn lunatic. Yeah, I'm going to ask him. Unfortunately, it does happen. I know, I can't with this. I can't. I'm not getting canceled for this shit. I'll tell you what.
About 6 if flower. Hello, I think I just had a stroke. Holy fuck. About 6 hours into the flight, Mr. Maricini went to the bathroom. I stayed in my seat and was crying. A passenger in the row in front of me slipped me a note, a true and correct photocopy of which is attached here too as Exhibit Dose, which said, "Dear girlfriend, I know the Lord had me overhear your conversation to let you know you are a very underlined, beautiful young woman that should have a man that makes you cry with wonderful laughter, not bullying you. You are being verbally scratched out, abused, and he will never love you like you deserve. I'm very concerned about you, and I'm praying for you. Run from him and get help and protection. He doesn't care what you think or say or do. He is a very sick man and will make you sick if you stay with him. Please take this to heart and get help fast. Karen." I was shocked when I read that note. For the first time, I started to realize that Mr. Maricini was emotionally abusive, which is not something I wanted to acknowledge. After reading it, I quickly put the note in my backpack.
Just realized I am bopping my head around to the music. You may have to turn it off. Lol.
Thank you for the 5, Lyle. No music? I'll turn it down. A little bit. After reading it, I quickly put the note in my backpack to make sure he didn't see it. I was scared that he would lose his temper and make a scene if he found out about it. Or I hoped he would, so I could turn that into something. I also did not want him to know who gave it to me in fear that he would lash out at her too. For the rest of the flight, I tried to avoid talking to him, since I didn't want him to get mad. Oh look, a DVRO. We're finally at the physical abuse.
Would you look at that? Oh, God. Too many. Okay, well, bop slower. Let's see this version of the napkin. Right. Make a scene, not hurt me if you saw it's ugh. Oh boy.
In the middle of the first or second night of our Iceland trip, I was sound asleep when Mr. Maricini woke me up by screaming at me. He was in a rage, the likes of which I had never before seen. The
Likes of which I had never been foreseen? What?
He was furious at me for sending a photo of us into Iceland to a friend of mine via Snapchat, which got back to him via another friend. I didn't think I'd done anything wrong, and I just couldn't understand why he was so mad. But he just kept screaming at me. He said he didn't want people to know he went to Iceland with me since he told everyone he was going alone because he thought he was going alone because I told him he was going alone, and then I, out of the upper luggage compartment, fell down into the chair next to him like goddamn Spider-Man. He didn't realize I was coming too. He told me he was embarrassed to be seen with me. Throughout the trip, he didn't want me in any of his social media posts or photos. Then he told me that if I went along with what he wanted and was, quote, good on the trip, that maybe he would post photos of us together and tell people he was with me. He insulted me and put me down repeatedly, calling me a fucking psychopath and crazy, and he was screaming at me. I pulled the note out from the WOW Airlines passenger. I told him he treated me so badly that even a total stranger was concerned for my well-being. But he didn't seem to care, and he just brushed it off. I'd never seen him so enraged and was afraid he would snap and hurt me. I felt like he wasn't even treating me like a human being. I cried myself to sleep that night.
So are we getting slapped? Where are the 40 slaps? Where I thought that was right as you got off. Yeah, what happened to the 40 slaps? I thought that happened as you got off the plane, as you landed. Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. He swing from a spider pig. Judge, he won't take pictures with me. Oh my God. At first, I was afraid. I was petrified that he wouldn't let me post pictures of me by his side. But then I put those pictures up. Napkin Lady was first. What about it, Tony Robbins? Right. I don't know. Oh, baking in for 40 surprises. Right. Oh, boy. Oh, good, friends. We're only on page 8. And then I took out my bean blaster. He spanked me 40 times, Judge. The judge is like, tell me more. Oh. Can you guys imagine if she makes a Medium blog called JFC Crew and the Bean Blaster?
Okay, you got me there. No trip involving WOW Airlines could ever cost $18,000.
Wow. Thank you for the 5, Laura. Spider-Man. All right, go on. Oh, God.
When I woke up the next day, on or around January 1st of 2027, Mr. Maricini was in a totally different mood. Okay? He said he wanted to have a good trip and start things off differently. He started to kiss me while we were making out. Wait. I don't know if I've
Ever been like, we're making out. I'm an adult. JFC and the Bean Blasters. I feel like I need to compose an AI country song called The Napkin. Oh, Lord. Whatever. I don't know what I'm reading anymore.
While we were making out, he used both of his hands to shove me into the headboard, causing my head to slam in it. He had never been rough with me like this before. And then he started to have sex with me. As he was having sex with me, he put his right hand around my neck and strangled me.
I don't know. It sounds like a good time to me. I don't. Mr. Bearzz is going to be on this chat and be like, check.
I was having trouble breathing and started grasping for air. When I did this, he asked me if I liked it. It was hard to talk, but I managed to say no. He strangled me until he climaxed, and then he got off of me. I felt shocked and deeply confused. My neck and my throat were sore. I remember lying in bed and staring at the wall for a long time, trying to wrap my head around what he had just done to me. Mr. Maricini went back to sleep.
Why is this in a court document? Why is she talking about making out in a DVRO? Right. She just wanted to be treated like a human being. I can't tell if I want to cringe or gag. Bean Blasters, Battlestar Galactica. Oh, God. Objection, hearsay. I'm going to ask. Don't threaten me with a good time. I know. I'm reading this and I'm like, and? Bleed Flickers Anonymous. Oh, God. My neck. My back. This is beyond weird. Did she ever tell him no or try to move his hands? According to her, if you're talking about 50 Shades of Grey, ask Tripsy Road Blanchard because she went over that shit too. Oh my God. Oh God. She says she asked these things, but she's not saying if she answered. He asked these things, but she said no at that time. I need a smoke. She 100% gets off on publicly talking about her sex life. This is predator behavior. It's so weird. She does. I'll tell you. I tell my husband less about sex, and he's the person who I have sex with. Like, she tells everyone about her sex life. Good Lord. Yikes, he stole my sleep move. My head has hit the headboard before. Yeah, sometimes you're just into it. Sometimes it just happens. You know? I don't know. Where's the problem here? Oh, my God. But also that she's still dateable. Right.
Later that day, Mr. Maricini wanted to have sex again. I wanted him to be affectionate and loving towards me and didn't think he would hurt me again since it had never happened before. While we were having sex, he told me to pick a number.
Are you fucking kidding me? Right now? She did say that it happened as soon as it happened in Iceland. And that he slapped her 40 times. Interesting. See what happens when you go through all of the documents?
While we were having sex, according to you, Laura, he told me to pick a number. I said 40. Then he used his open hand to slap my butt really hard. I said, "Ouch!" And I told him that hurt. Then he slapped my butt again. I told him to stop, but he kept going. He slapped me 40 times in a row and counted down from 40 each time he did this. He told me that the harder he hit me, the more it turned him on. After we finished having sex, my butt was stinging and bright red. I felt ashamed that I had allowed, key phrase here, somebody to do that to me. The next day, we talked about him slapping me. I told him that I didn't like it and that he hurt me.
Well, that's a bit of a change of pace, isn't it? I think we made a wrong turn. Oh, God. Being taken to see I love the Harlem Globetrotters. The longest and last, right. Oh my God. I yelled at this. My daughter walked out and she spit water all over the door. I hope she's of age. I'm so sorry. Surprise, shouty. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Right. I can't. It's so funny. I don't know. I mean, everybody's different. But if my husband hit me during sex and I was like, hey, knock it off, and then he hit me again, I'd fucking hit him back. Like, but I had allowed someone to do this to me. Okay, so you did it and then you didn't like it. And okay, maybe, listen, a lot of people, especially like a lot of people, when they have sex or whatever, they're together and they're intimate, they try out new things and that's okay. And sometimes you get to things and you're like, you know what? I could go without ever doing that again. And hopefully you have a partner that respects that. But yeah, there are times where maybe you do something and you're like, I don't like that. I don't want to do that. That I'm not into it. And that's okay. But you allowed that to happen. Do we see the wording here? Like, I wonder what her Mother's Day cards look like. Right. He knows, right. He'd catch these hands. I support women's rights and I support women's lefts. I cried and said, thank you, sir. Can I have another? Right. Sometimes you're just going along and then you realize it's not for you, and that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes you're just not into shit, and that's all right. Good Lord. But he didn't, like, it's not like he held you down and did this to you. This was something that you agreed to in the moment, and then later you're like, you know what, not for me. That's not on fault. That's not on the fault of Michael Maricini. Fucking idiot. You tea towel. Chapstick. Butterbrain. Remember when she was texting him, can't wait to try out the blindfolds, which was after this? Yeah. Right. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds don't. Good Lord.
Throughout the rest of the trip, Mr. Maricini wanted to have sex daily.
Yeah, so does my husband. What is he, a fucking predator? Good Lord.
Every time we had sex, he strangled me and hit my butt with his bare hand repeatedly. This happened between 12 and 15 times.
You know, you're also putting this in a context that all of this sex is consensual. Yes? Yes? Because that's an important detail.
That's totally not the way it works. In my imagination.
Thank you for that 5, Lo. Oh, Lo, what are we going to do when this trial is over and you go to prison? I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss you.
My butt was bruised and sore from him hitting me. I asked him to stop slapping me every time, but he just laughed. Given his temper, and since he is so much bigger than me, I felt like there was little I could do to fight back. There was also a part of me that deeply wanted to be with Mr. Maricini and wanted him to be attracted to me and affectionate, so I tried to put up with it. When he continued to strangle me during sex, I told him he was hurting me and asked him why he did it. He said he wanted to be in complete control since it turned him on.
I will carry a burner phone in my prison wallet. You will never be rid of me.
In your beehole? You gonna carry it in your beehole? My God, my prison wallet. I love that.
He told me, I own you. I told him I didn't like it and wasn't okay with it and asked him to stop, and he apologized and promised not to strangle or slap me again. Throughout our trip, Mr. Maricini continued to put me down and did things that felt like they were intended to hurt and manipulate me. For example, I am an animal lover, especially horses, which I ride for a living, because I don't have a job. And Mr. Maricini has known this since we started dating. When we first got together, he also claimed that he loved animals. During our trip, he ordered horse while we were out to dinner. I was appalled, and the waiter had to cancel the order. On another occasion, he got mad and made fun of me because I refused to eat whale or puffin. He said I was boring and that if I didn't eat whale or puffin, he didn't want to be with me since it proved I wasn't open to trying new things. We came back from Iceland on or around January 9th of 2017.
You know, for somebody who tries to write the story or rewrite the story so that you're the hero in it, you sure are a soft bitch. You really are. Not one time, you have to prove it to me. So you want to convince me that you, Laura Owens, can double finger gun 8 police officers in your house. Yet under no circumstances can you stand up for yourself and tell Michael Maricini to go fuck off because you don't want to do what he's doing? You're a strong woman, right? You can get through this. You're a CEO. You're a boss, babe. And you can't do any of this? And the same bitch who can't tell Michael Maricini no is the same bitch who can stand in front of fucking 12 police officers screaming in their fucking faces? No. 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 I don't think so. Staying quiet about how the slaps turned into spanks for that fun moment with Bacon. Good Lord. The judge granted a DVRO because they couldn't stand reading this. Sitting there writing it with your mom is gross. Not to derail, but what is the update on the Owens? Yeah, so it popped off. We'll get into it when I have the hearing. I don't know much about it, but I heard it was chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. For all of you, women's rights and lefts needs. I'm picturing Mike with Laura over his knee. Who's your daddy? And what does he do? Who do you work for? You uncouth prison pocket. Who does number 2 work for? Does she know what for a living means? Oh my God. Could mean the front door. I mean, yuck. Yuck. Eating whale or puffin in a DVRO. Oh my God. I'm 58 minutes behind on 2 times speed. The story she's telling about the bush pretending to throw in the water. Those are Reddit stories. Oh no, Stevie, no. I don't think eating horse qualifies for a DVRO, but I could give a shit about cows. House of Prime is my jam. Right. Yeah, she cares about cows or doesn't care about cows. Fuck the cows. Not that I don't love my job. That's all right. The audio is not out yet. That's the Arby's. Ew! The Arby's wallet. Yuck. Brother. Oh my God. Or a hot pocket. Ew. Ew. Y'all are nasty. They have the beef.
On January 10th of 2017, Mr. Marchini lost his job. Things got worse after this. He told me that he was depressed and lost all motivation. He was constantly angry. I felt like he resented me because I have a successful career that I'm passionate about. It also seems like he wanted to isolate me from my family. He said things like, "Your mom doesn't love you. You need to realize that." I had hoped the abuse would stop once we came home, but it didn't. Mr. Marachini became even more aggressive after he lost his job. Every time we had sex, he strangled me. So I kept having sex with him. This happened 4 to 5 times per week, and at least 100 times total. He also frequently smacked my bare butt with his open hand, sometimes more than 50 times in a row. Sometimes he would tell me to take an Ambien, a sleeping pill, which I had been recently prescribed before sex so that it would be easier for him to have his way with me.
What's easier? In the DVRO, you're giving him everything he asks for. What needs to be easier?
Sex with Mr. Michael Marachini felt like abuse, not loving and intimate. I often cried while he had sex with me. After he would finish having sex with me, I would tell him that he hurt me and ask him to stop strangling me. Sometimes he apologized and said he just lost control. He'd swear he was going back to work on himself and promised to stop. Other times, he'd brush it off and act like I enjoyed it. Probably because I told him I did at the time so that later I could use this against him, even though I repeatedly told him that I did not enjoy it, allegedly. On numerous occasions, he told me the control was a turn-on for him and that he needed it since sex with me was too boring or too vanilla.
If you ever say that sex with me is too boring or too vanilla, I will punch you in the knees. My poor husband. The bean blaster into prison. Toaster strudel. Refrain from ordering a rabbit when my... What? How do I always enter chat with the... Always. Welcome. They weren't living together, right? Right. None of this sounds real. I'm sure she's seen the movie The Secretary. I've only watched that once. I only need to watch it once. Also, James Spader creeps me out. Right. Right. Not a single thing she says here is supported in any text messages between them. Hi, Amy. Justice for Mr. Bearzz. Ugh.
In mid-February 2017, while we were having sex, he was on top of me. He put his left hand on my arm to hold me down. He squeezed so hard that I had a bruise for several days, which I took photos of a day or two later. See Exhibit 3, photos of my bruised arm taken on February 18th, 2017.
I'd like to see that metadata. Brad!
Then he used his right hand to strangle me. I could barely breathe. When I started gasping for air, he shoved 2 fingers down my throat, which caused me to gag. When I did this, he said, "Good girl, good girl." I felt panicked and didn't understand what he was doing. I was crying. I kept thinking that I didn't want to do anything to upset him as he did this, since I didn't want to push him over the edge. After he stopped having sex with me, I asked him why he put his fingers down my throat and told him I didn't like it. He brushed it off and he ignored me.
How many more pages? 7. 7 more pages of this bullshit.
On another occasion, February 2017, he strangled me during sex so hard that it left red marks on my neck. I sent pictures of the marks to my sister, and she did nothing with them. But did not save these photos because I was afraid he would find them. I deleted many pictures and texts for this reason, or I don't have them because they never existed. Because maybe I should have taken them to the fucking police, but why would I do that? There were 2 other occasions when I had marks on my neck where he strangled me.
Okay, I'll admit that part's not true. I actually have no gag reflex.
Fake Laura, I love you. I love you. I love you.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I'll say it to you more than Mike ever did. I love you. Thank you for that 5. Pixar, it didn't happen. Quit blasting those beans. Oh my God. Yeah. To every day she lists here. That's a good point. Correct, Pepper. That's a great point. Good Lord.
Why is this a Merry Christmas? Good Lord. There were 2 other occasions when I had marks on my neck where he strangled me. I cannot remember exactly when it was, but I believe it was May and July of 2017. Sometime in February of 2017, I noticed tiny red spots around my eyes. After Mr. Maricini strangled me, which I know is called petechial hemorrhage. This is common because I Googled it and I know that, and I took photos on a couple of occasions. See Exhibit 4, photo of redness around my right eye and cheek taken in March of 2017, and Exhibit 5, photo of redness around my eyes and cheeks taken in May of 2017. Sometimes my eyes were also bloodshot, and I had dark circles around my eye sockets. At one point, my mom confronted me about the red spots and asked me how I got them. I told her that Mr. Maricini was strangling me during sex, and then I believed the tiny spots were a result of strangulation. And you know what my mom did? Nothing. She did nothing. Because Jan Black is Mother of the Year. She knew that I was getting strangled, and she did nothing.
What I find ironic is that she's clearly lying here or embellishing, that she could have just had 5 sentences of lies instead of trying to fluff innocent things to make them look like the script. Match the text to the script. Do it. All right, we'll get there. How many hands does he have? I Googled my diagnosis versus going to the actual doctor. Those could be from throwing up, Yes. Were they face-tuned? Also, because Jan was like, go on. Amy, I was just about to say that. Yeah, and she has face-tuned, so there's that.
On or around Valentine's Day weekend in February of 2017, we took a trip to Napa Valley. I had recently gotten a dog from a shelter who had been attacked and had a shaved head and stitches. The whole time, Mr. Maricini complained about how ugly the dog was. Could you believe it? And he said he wanted to punt the dog. He told me I was cruel for keeping the dog alive because it was old and blind and ugly, and that I should have let it die in the shelter. At one point, the dog had an accident in the hotel room. Mr. Maricini got mad at me and screamed at me for having a dog that wasn't potty trained. During this trip, Mr. Maricini strangled me during sex several times. But thank God that the dog was blind, so he didn't have to see it.
Yawn. I'm sorry, but that dog was hideous. Sorry. I'm yawning.
Sometime in February of 2017, Mr. Michael Maricini asked me to take and pay for a trip to Dubai with him. He said it was good time because he wasn't employed. He told me that the trip would be good for us and would help restore our relationship. He hadn't told me that he loved me yet, but said he had a feeling he would be ready to say it in Dubai. He often said he was almost ready to say, I love you. I wanted good things for us and for him to be happy. So I agreed.
So I agreed.
He berated and verbally abused me throughout the Dubai trip in March of 2017. He took me to a watch store and asked me to buy him a $10,000 watch and be his sugar mama. When we had sex, he strangled and or slapped me every time. I felt abused and taken advantage of and withdrew from him emotionally during this trip.
Oh my God. Almost ready to say I love you. Never. In a restraining order request, right? That's all she does is talk about sex, dude. It's insane. Right. This isn't Davey Rose. This isn't Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil?
In or around late March of 2017, I was with him at my house when he started having sex with me on the couch.
Nobody just starts having sex with you. He was
on top of me, he grabbed a pillow and put it over my face. He held it down with his right hand and was thrusting it into my face. I was wriggling under him, trying to get him off me. I tried to scream, but I could barely make a sound with the pillow smothering my face. It was hard to breathe, and I remember thinking to myself, is he gonna kill me? I felt like he was treating me like a cadaver. And that I was just a body he was abusing and having sex with. When he climaxed, he told me this was the best sex we've ever had.
Is it because he couldn't see the face of the business?
He told me he liked controlling my access to air and that he wanted to control every aspect of my life. I felt completely demoralized.
That's not how it works. Ma'am, this is a Wendy's? Oh, God. Wasn't this? Yes, this was after Iceland. This was after Napkin Lady. Ugh. Right, she was begging to move in. Is he gonna kill me? Then we went to lunch. Somebody is hearing all this and thinking, is she single? Yeah, it's John. John in the chat. Oh, God.
Sometime in March of 2017, I sought treatment for my anxiety related to his abuse of me. I was unable to sleep and having nightmares and night sweats. In May of 2017, Michael Maricini and his mother and his sister went into my apartment without my permission while I was not home. Lie. I had given Mr. Maricini a key while I was traveling in April of 2017 and believe he made a copy without my permission. I found out about his going there with his mother and his sister, and his mom mentioned it to me that Mr. Maricini had taken them into my house.
John, somebody in the chat said somebody is hearing all this and thinking, oh, wait, is he single or is she single? And I said, John. Ugh. Makes my sexting with my ex-husband sound completely normal. Get it, girl. Let's go. Let's go. Her language is so passive. Maybe the judge gave the DVRO to give Mike a damn break. Do you think Laura is trying to baby trap anyone right now? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Also, she told them to go to the house, and then they didn't. Remember? This is so ludicrous. Gareth! The dog was still better. Oh my god.
In or around June 7, 2017, Mr. Maricini was having sex with me.
Do you guys ever have sex together? Like as a couple? Like we had sex. It was always him having sex with her.
He stopped having sex with me and then demanded I give him oral sex. He grabbed my head and then he thrust his penis into my mouth. The fuck? He held the back of my head so I couldn't move it, and he thrust his I know I have one. Where is it? There it is. And then he thrust his so far down in my throat that I threw up. This happened several times during our relationship.
Yeah, everything happens to her. There's nothing that ever happens like with. She's never a part of anything. I'm so glad that you're using the demon. What is my life, RJ?
In or around June 2017, Maricini suffocated me with a pillow again during sex. We were on the couch. I could barely breathe. I tried to scream, but nothing came out. I thought he was going to kill me. I remember feeling responsible for what he was doing to me and so sad that things had gotten to this point. I had gone from being a confident, independent woman, and now I was being suffocated. I remember thinking that it didn't matter if he killed me since I had lost all self-respect anyways. At some point, I lost consciousness completely. When I came to, I was on the bed with a pillow over me. His hand was pressing the pillow to my face, and my head was shoved against the wall sideways. This was the most violent he had ever been towards me. Then he grabbed me and turned me around so that I was on my stomach. I couldn't even lift my head up since I was so weak, and then he told me, "Get on your knees!" I was in a total daze. I did what he said since I was afraid of what he would do if I didn't. And then he in my mouth. I've never been so demeaned in my entire life. I didn't say a word to him after this. I felt completely broken as a human being and hated myself for being with someone who did this to me. I went to the bathroom. When I came back, Mr. Maricini was asleep. In November 2017, I brought up this incident to Mr. Maricini after we broken up. I asked him what type of man needs to suffocate and strangle a woman in order to get himself off. He told me that it was my fault because I brought that out of him.
And it's not even the first time I've heard it at this point. Hi there, Mr. Bearzz. Where's Mr. Bearzz? Wait, is he in the chat? Is he talking about us doing it? The horrible justice system. How in the fudge? She get her restraining orders with this bullshit. Would be funny if he just joined the stream. Oh my God. He would be calling me right now and be like, I just pulled up to the house. Lunch? Even in the voice. I'd be like, do you want me to turn the voice on? Blocked from my memory how ridiculous this was. Yay, woke up early enough to hear the demon voice. This isn't just happening to her. This is her always point out that she is the victim and never accountable for any of her actions. She just pushed around, no personal victim. She could have lied about the abuse. But going this far and doing this much is extra gross and beyond words. I'm sorry, but this is hilarious. So glad you're saying this in the demon voice. This all could have been 3 pages. Her parents admire her courage. The judge that approved the DVRO needs to be disbarred. You should go through and do a super cut of all this, then send it to Mr. Bearzz. He'd send me back. He'd be like, I have a chub. Hey, sorry I'm late. Hi, Massborn. She brings that out in everyone. The music, I will thanks. Because you imagined it. What music is it? It's great. I have on Upbeat, I can use like music that I can use on stream and that I don't get like knocked for it on YouTube. And this is their silly, quirky playlist. Right, poor Mike. Poor Mike. Always. Always. Do the voice. Oh my God. Oh my God, what did Omar think when he read this? I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask him. That's hilarious.
I withdrew from the relationship after this. I was afraid of him and started spending less time with him. I traveled a lot from July to October 2017 and had hoped that by pulling back, there would be a natural end to our relationship. When I tried to talk to him about us not seeing each other anymore, he'd tell me that he would work on being better. Number 23. Stalking. By October of 2017, I was only spending time with Mr. Maricini sporadically and was deliberately trying to see less of him. I began canceling our plans since I didn't want to be around him, and when I did this, he started showing up at places within a 2-block radius of my apartment that he knows I frequent. He also started coming to my house unannounced, even when I told him not to, or was ignoring his calls or texts.
Oh my God. That's how it was. So Roz from Monsters Inc. is how it was supposed to start. And then it's just evolved into something I don't know. I don't know. Parisian Cafe. Right. Yeah, this is, it's called The Dance Tarantella. All right, hold on. Let's go to, I'll just go to silly. Let's see what we got silly. Right. Text messages prove that she's lying. Lo knows a lot about stalking. That she does.
In October or November of 2017, my insomnia worsened. I was waking up in the middle of the night in a sweat from nightmares about him trying to strangle and kill me. I was and continue to be constantly afraid of seeing him. When traditional antidepressants stopped working, my doctor prescribed ketamine therapy, which was administered directly by my doctor to treat my PTSD and depression, and not prescribed as a horse tranquilizer, contrary to Mr. Maricini's allegation in his declaration. Now, will I provide you proof of that prescription? Probably not. So there's that.
Mr. Bearzz replied, I said, if you ever say that sex with me is too boring or too vanilla, I will punch you in the knees. He said, first off, you'd hurt yourself if you did that. Second, never give me more.
On Wednesday night in October of 2017, I was with my family at Bearzz restaurant, less than 2 blocks away from my apartment. My family and I regularly have dinner at Bearzz on Wednesdays, which Mr. Maricini knew. He had come to Wednesday dinner at Bearzz a couple of times and had criticized the restaurant and said it was terrible. How dare he? Mr. Maricini and his sister walked into Bearzz and sat down 3 tables over. He stared at us. This made me very uncomfortable.
That's love right there. That's what I'm talking about. Is there an asshat playlist? Let's see. Let me just put in like clown. Spin that wheel. Hey! Grilled cheese sandwich. Bearzz is no longer open. I need like... How do I like not smart? Like... No, just like funny music. Perfect.
Sometime in November of 2017, Mr. Maricini asked if he could come over. I told him no. It was late, and I was in bed early already. 5 to 10 minutes later, he showed up at my house and knocked at my front door. I stayed in bed and ignored it. He banged on the door and yelled my name and said he knew I was home because he could hear the TV. I was worried my neighbors would get upset with the loud banging and yelling, so I opened the door. I asked him why he came, since I told him not to, and he said he was in the neighborhood. And I was so scared of him that I opened the door instead of sitting behind a locked door and calling the fucking police. Then he started trying to have sex with me. I was too afraid to stop him. While we were having sex, he asked me, "How does it make you feel to know you're sleeping? I'm sleeping with a tall blonde girl. She's the complete opposite of you physically." I need a fucking Tylenol. I told him I didn't care. Then he said, "Does that make you jealous? I like to see you jealous. It's a turn on." Then he held me down using his left hand and strangled me. This was the last time we had sex. I tried to avoid engaging with Mr. Maricini and hoped he would just leave me alone. He continued to contact me and asked to see me. I was polite and cordial to him since I was afraid of what he'd do to me if I wasn't.
He raised a boombox over his head and that scared me. Is he left-handed? That's a great question, actually. Ugh. If you know, you know. I'm not buying this story. This is. Also, if you guys haven't already, like the stream, give it a big old thumbs up.
On or around November of 28th of 2017, Mr. Maricini sent me a text message saying that he saw me and my family at Mama Noko. Exhibit 6 text messages between me and Mr. Maricini. I sent him a text message to ask him where he was at the restaurant. He responded, I was at the bar in the corner. I saw you all when you were walking out and we were just being served. What did you think of it? It made me very uneasy that he happened to be there at the same time at the restaurant I was at, which was within 2 blocks of my apartment. And then he saw me there and said nothing at the time. I was afraid to walk down my street alone because I felt like he was stalking me. Starting in December of 2017, I had my friends, parents or friends pick me up and drop me off at my front door, or would take Uber or Lyft everywhere, even to go a couple of blocks. One time I didn't, so I could be alone, so I could conveniently call my mom on the phone and scream, Mike, Mike, Mike. Even though he does not live in my neighborhood and had told me he was moving to Sacramento, I saw him at least 10 times within a 2-block radius of my apartment between December of 2017 and the end of January of 2018. It would behoove the court to know that his sister lives in my neighborhood, but I'm not going to tell you all that. Am I? No. In December of 2017,
raising 2 babies, one with special gifts/challenges, is difficult. Thankful Mr. Bearzz is a partner in this and realizes how therapeutic this show is for you. Smiley face emoji, everyone hit like. It costs nothing to be nice.
Thank you, Nagla. I appreciate you. He really does. He does. He is very supportive of whatever this is that we have going on right now. Thank you so much for that 10. I appreciate you. Oh, God.
In December of 2017, I posted on Instagram that I was going to dinner at Mama Noko. And an hour or so later, Mr. Maricini showed up there while I was having dinner with my mother. He walked inside and came directly to our table. He was with a tall, blonde woman whom he introduced as Callie. He lingered at the table for a minute or so before sitting down at the table next to us. Although there were plenty of open tables elsewhere. This made my mother and me so uncomfortable that we left.
Oh, I was ad-libbing behooves the court. I was ad-libbing. Sorry. Justice for tall blonde women, right.
After meeting Callie, I started thinking about how terrible I would feel if Mr. Maricini hurt her. And I did nothing to warn her of his capacity for violence. I wish I had known how abusive Mr. Maricini was before I fell for him, and I considered telling her about my experiences. The next day, Mr. Maricini contacted me and asked to make me dinner. I said no. He got upset that I turned him down, and we got into an argument. I'm so scared of him, I'm still answering his phone calls. I confronted him about his lies and the physical abuse. He did not deny choking or smothering me with a pillow. One Thursday, in mid or late December of 2017, my parents were crossing the street to meet me at Amici's in the marina. at a restaurant that I regularly go to with them because I don't have a job or money, and had been to several times with Mr. Maricini. He tried to stop my parents as they were walking, but they did engage with him. While we were eating, he walked by the restaurant window 3 times and stared at us. A few days after this, I was at Amici's again. Mr. Maricini walked by the restaurant and peered inside the restaurant as he passed. He made eye contact with me. About 10 minutes later, he walked by and stared at me a second time. I've been going to Barry's boot camp, a gym, around the corner from my house daily since before we started dating. Throughout our relationship, he made fun of me for going. Then in December of 2017, Mr. Maricini joined that gym because I asked him to in the text messages that I'm not going to give to you, even though he does not live in that neighborhood. On January 5th of 2018, I was at Mama Noko with my friend Joan O'Neill. We were sitting by the window having dinner when I saw Mr. Maricini walking toward a restaurant with a blonde woman. They stopped directly in front of our table outside the restaurant window, and Mr. Maricini stared at us. I was afraid to look at him and tried to avoid eye contact. They walked away, but he came back a few minutes later by himself and stood directly outside the window by our table. He stared inside at us and tried to get our attention. We ignored him. A minute or so later, he entered the restaurant and stood at the hostess stand, which was directly in front of me. He stared at me. I was so uncomfortable and afraid that I looked down to avoid eye contact with him. Then he walked toward the back of the restaurant and continued to stare at us for another 10 minutes or so. I felt like he was trying to intimidate me. I was too afraid to leave the restaurant while I was there in case he tried to follow me home, even though he shows up when I'm there and I tell him to come because he knows where I live. Oh. On January 6th of 2018, I decided to contact Kelly via Facebook Messenger message. You know, the woman that Mr. Maricini had introduced me to? See Exhibit 7, Facebook Messenger message sent. I sent her a message telling her that I would have given anything for someone to reach out to me before I got deeply involved with him. I told her about the red flags that I should have paid closer attention to, such as Mr. Maricini's lies about his career and prior romantic endeavors. I wrote that he became physically abusive. That voice is so ridiculous. I wrote that he became physically abusive about 6 months into our relationship and simply don't want anyone else to be hurt by him. I told her about and attached a picture of the note from the WOW Airlines passenger. I also wrote, regardless of if you do anything with the information I shared with you, I would beg you not to share it with Mike or bring up my name, as he truly scares me at this point.
You know what you didn't send? Any of the marks that you allegedly had on your body. Why wouldn't you send those as proof? As proof. Things that did not happen for 500. Yeah, they're out for dinner a lot. It's not stalkery. It's not. Laura Owens is a real girl's girl. She's a real girl's girl.
On January 7th of 2018, I had dinner again with my parents at Mama Noko. As we finished, they asked, do you want us to take you home in case you see Mike? I said no, since they were parked in a different direction and it would take me, less time to just walk home. I'm scared every other day, but you know what? Today's gonna be fine. As I was walking home, I saw Mr. Maricini and his sister. They were less than a block and a half away from my house. They were standing by the sidewalk staring at me. I was looking down at my phone and tried to pretend like I didn't see them. Mr. Maricini yelled at me, "Are you kidding me?" Then his sister called me, of all people, a psychopath. They screamed at me for sending the Facebook message to that girl. When I pulled my phone out to call my parents, his sister said, "Don't you dare get your phone." I thought
you were calling 911. I thought you pulled your phone to try to call 911, not your parents.
they were standing in front of me, preventing me from walking past them. A couple was coming out of a nearby restaurant. As they were walking past, I told Mr. Maricini to stay away from me and that I was going to seek a restraining order. I was terrified and hysterical. I called my parents to tell them what had happened. Then I asked my friend Joan to come over since I was afraid Mr. Maricini and his sister would come to my house. I called everybody except the police. I called everybody. Send her a picture of your beam. In the middle of the night, around 1 a.m., I got a call from the San Francisco Police Department. They tell me that Mr. Maricini had emailed them a copy of the message I had sent to blank and asked if I knew why. I said no and told them that he and his sister had accosted me on the street. They questioned me about the domestic violence I alleged in the message, and they asked if they could come take a report. When the police arrived, I explained the circumstances surrounding the messages I sent to her and the history of physical abuse and the stalking. I never explained to them that I've been so scared my whole 6 months of life, and I never once called the police. I was so scared all the time. The next day, I was afraid to leave my house. I didn't know what to do, so I contacted the sheriff and asked for help figuring out how to get a restraining order. I also spoke with someone from the district attorney's office that day. They asked if I wanted to file criminal charges, but I said no.
Why? Why? Zero survival instincts confirmed. Right. Why didn't you want to press charges? They accosted you, did they not?
On January 9th of 2018, I filed a request for a domestic violence restraining order. On January 10th, the court granted me a TRO. Since then, Mr. Maricini has violated the TRO and has continued to show up at places he knows I frequent within a block or two of my apartment. For example, on January 28th of 2016, Mr. Maricini posted on Instagram that he was at De La Rosa, which is across the street from my house. He also went to Bearzz boot camp, less than 300 yards from my house, on at least 2 separate occasions since the TRO has been in place. Also, or around March 22nd of 2018, I was heading to dinner with my mother at Mama Noko again, and we parked on the street, and we were walking towards the restaurant. Thank you, Pawn Mama Bear, for that gift. We turned around and walked away. Why want a restraining order? I genuinely think that Mr. Maricini wants to kill me. Given that he has strangled and choked me, I know that he is capable of inflicting lethal violence. There is a deep hatred that he excludes towards me, and I am afraid for my life. He has said in the past that if I ended up dead, he knew he would be blamed. His hair-trigger temper horrifies me. I am afraid that if I encounter him alone, he will lose control and harm me, which is why I continue to let him in my house when I'm alone. I do not want to live in constant fear of him and hope that a restraining order will send a message to Mr. Maricini to say far away from me. I want to move on with my life. Good Lord.
Lord, we are done. Holy shit, I need a fucking cigarette. Good Lord. I don't even smoke. I'm going to eat some of this banana. Holy cow. That was a lot. A whole lot of nothing. I'll go have one for you, please. I want to move on with my life. Right. And she does not move on with her life. Right. And she's stalking his Insta. Right. Were lucid dreams that never actually happened. This is the only page the judge read. Pause the stream for a few internal monologues stuck on demon mode. She let him into a lot more than her house. Oh! Oh! I love this. Hugs. One might say you made it bearable. Thank you. Oh my God. Good Lord. 17 pages of pure fucking... Oh God, the next one's 25. I'm going to have to go to the bathroom. All right. Part 2. Everybody potty break. Oh boy. I have to tell you guys, I've been working out again, which feels really nice. But with working out, I am always hungry. Holy shit. I am hungry. I like how you disappear in a puff of smoke. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. All right. So here we have our evidence. Let's see. Brad, enhance. Michael 28, real estate development. Okay. So here's this. While watching live streams, hey, finally sat down. What have I missed? Oh my God. Too much. This is a screenshot from his profile from the league. Okay, great. Okay. If you're a fan of brunch, I'm a fan of you. I like brunch. Maybe this is why we get along. Exhibit 2. Here's a picture of the napkin. Okay. Great. Exhibit 3. A photo of Laura Owens' bruised arm. All right. Catching a morning stream. Hi. How are you, Amber? Sounds weird saying that because I never encounter another Amber, and I am an Amber. I am the color of your energy. Whoa. Redness around her eyes. Okay. Ah! Jump scare. This is what I'm going to be for Halloween. I got to come up with something really good for Halloween. So here's a text message from Mike. In your building or another. Saw you and your fam last night at the Mama Sushi spot. Did you like it? Yeah! Exclamation point. Where were you? Look at that. It's almost like she was excited to hear from him. I was at the bar in the corner. I saw you all when you were walking out and we were just being served. What did you think of it? I loved it. What about you? Inviting more conversation. It's not as good as Sushi Ran, but I liked it better than anything else in the marina. Since you all didn't look around, we will never know. That's the second time in like 3 months that I've seen you all, but you walk right past. All right, so she looks her up on Facebook. She says, "Hi, Callie. Ever since I saw you with Mike, I've really struggled a lot with whether or not to reach out to you. I have no idea what your relationship status is with him, but I saw him with you last night while he was having dinner at Mamanoko with a friend. Or while I was having dinner at Mamanoko with a friend and figured you were probably still seeing him. Not one part of me is sure if I'm doing the right thing by sending you this, but I would have given anything for someone to reach out to me before I got deeply involved with him. I'm sure he has told you the horror stories about me, just like he shared with me about his exes. He came on like Prince Charming, and I was crazy about him, but over time I started to realize that he wasn't the guy I thought he was. He told my family elaborate stories about his life and how he had dated one of the female stars from Modern Family, but didn't remember which one, and that he had dated Aaron Rodgers' sister, who I Googled and does not exist, and how he had been VP at multiple Fortune 500 companies. I'm attaching the radio tryout tape of him saying that go to 2:30. He also told me when he started to date that he loved dogs more than anything, but when I rescued a physically impaired senior dog from Muttville, he told me he thought my dog was gross and ugly and refused to touch him, and repeatedly said he wanted to punt him every time he came to his feet. I definitely shouldn't have stayed after all of this, but I couldn't come to terms with the fact that this was truly him. However, his words aren't what compelled me to write to you. It was this. He became physically abusive about 6 months into our relationship, and I simply don't want someone else to be hurt by him. When he and I were on a plane to Iceland, he got up to use the restroom, and the lady in the seat in front of me slipped me a note on a napkin about the way that he was treating me, and it truly stunned me. I'm attaching it. At first, I thought it was bizarre of her to give it, but it turned out to be quite life-changing for me. It opened up my eyes to his bullying, manipulation, and outright cruelness, and her warning me is exactly what I wanted to pass on to you. You certainly don't have to do anything with this information, but I wish I had taken her words to heart earlier because things definitely didn't improve as time went on. I reached out to her a couple of months ago after we broke up, and she said that the way he acted towards me on the plane has haunted her since she saw it. And it was way worse behind the scenes. Regardless of if you do anything with the information I shared with you, I would beg you to not share it with Mike or bring up my name, as he truly scares me at this point. I pray that he has not been abusive with you and never is. If someone sent this to me when we were first starting to date, I would definitely think they were nuts, but a few months into it, I would have wished I'd taken their advice to heart. I know you don't know me at all, but I hope that the attachments can be proof to you that I'm not coming up with this. I never ever want to speak to or see that man again, let alone get back with him. So, getting back with him is most certainly not my intention. I just want to try to help someone else from getting hurt. If you want to talk with me, I'm happy to grab coffee and chat regardless. I wish you all the best. Here's the napkin, here's the Google Drive. Hi, Laura. Thanks for sharing your email and thank you for sharing your experience with me. I'll definitely take this into consideration and appreciate you reaching out. Wish you well. Sure, feel free to reach out to me at this phone number if you have any other questions. There were two other things I wanted to add. First of all, the physical abuse got to the point where in the last month, our relationship, he tried to suffocate me with a pillow on 3 occasions and almost succeeded the second time. It's almost succeeded. I thought you said you passed out. It completely traumatized me. Finally spent more than $30,000 on him in 2017 after he lost his job, between paying his rent, sponsoring his family, which they asked me to do after his stepfather passed away. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Wow. What a bitch. What a bitch. Sponsoring his family, which they asked me to do after his stepfather passed away, taking him out to eat every night, and taking him on trips. How the fuck are you going to bring up his stepdad? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He never picked up a check after the initial period we were dating. Definitely my fault for allowing him to manipulate me this way, but I hope he doesn't do this to you. I'm sure this is way more info than you wanted, but I truly felt the need to protect someone else from what I went through. My family knew about the physical abuse and always got a creepy, phony vibe. They knew about the physical abuse and they did nothing, Laura. You might want to take a look at your family if that's true. Because if your family knew about you being physically abused by Michael Maricini and then begged him to call you and to get back with you and to continue dating with you, your family is shit. Shit. And it would behoove you to fucking get away from them. My dad says he's sure he's going to end up being the star of a Dateline episode at some point in his lifetime. Okay, that's all. I wish you nothing but the best. I really wish you hadn't told him, as I just ran into him and his sister on the street, and they went absolutely ballistic on me. I'll stay out of this. I'll stay out of this. Everything I said to you is true, and the fact that he is denying everything when I have so much evidence on him is insane. I've never reached out to anyone my ex's ex was dating. I doubt that. I doubt that, girl. And truly was trying to do what I thought was the right thing to do, but I guess it wasn't. I'm getting a restraining order against him first thing in the morning. Best of luck to you. And again, I'm sorry to have intervened. I clearly didn't do the right thing, but my heart was definitely in the right place. Sure. 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 I love this. See you in court. Who's right? Uh, behoove is my favorite word. Oh, is it? He may actually be on Dateline now. Look at him go. Look at him go. Oh my God. This pisses me off. Right. She reached out to a woman she thought Clayton was dating. That's right. I'd happily spend the rest of right. Let me tell you something. If I found out that my daughter was getting abused, I'm not calling the police. I'm not calling the police. I'm a proud FOIA having bitch. FOIA carrying motherfucker. Let me tell you. Touch my daughter and fucking find out. Holy shit. Ah. Focused on the tall blonde, yeah. What she desires to be. Good Lord. So then Laura Owens files a motion in Lemonade to request a strike. What is a motion in Lemonade? What is that? Motion in Limine. A motion in limine, Latin for at the threshold, is a pre-trial request asking a judge to decide whether certain evidence, testimony, or arguments can be introduced at trial. Its primary purpose is to prevent a jury from hearing prejudicial, irrelevant, or legally inadmissible information. So it is filed before or during the initial stages of trial, always argued outside the presence of a jury. We love motions in Lemonade. I don't know. I wonder too, because she watches these streams back, and part of me is like, you gotta be fucking embarrassed. But then the other part of me is like, I think she just views us all, like content creators, as assholes, and she's in the right. So here's her motion in Lemonade. Petitioner wants to exclude from evidence at trial those portions of the following pleadings. She wants to exclude his response, exclude his sister's response, exclude her sister's husband's response. These declarations contain allegations that are inadmissible character evidence, irrelevant, more prejudicial than probative, based on hearsay, lack of foundation, or are speculative, not based on personal knowledge. As set forth below, the inadmissible portions of these declarations are denoted in questions where only a portion of the complete quoted text is inadmissible. The inadmissible portion is denoted in strike-through text. Petitioner objects, following in bold type. Right. Did everything in their power. Everything. She is the sun, and we are the mere stars orbiting her glory. Yeah, give it up for Negla's mom, dude. Okay. So on January, Laura Owens filed a request for domestic violence restraining order. Michael Maricini then filed a response to request. Then there's the declaration of his sister, the declaration of his brother-in-law, and then petitioner filed a supplemental declaration, a declaration of her mom in support of Laura, and then Karen, the napkin lady, in support of Laura, and then Jan O'Neill, who was also in support of Laura. So Laura hereby objects to those portions of respondent's response set forth below. Based on any or all of said objections, petitioner respectfully requests that the court exclude from evidence the inadmissible portions of respondent's declaration, including any and all attachments thereto. So we have page 5, paragraph 1. The allegations she has made are a total fabrication from a young woman who has threatened suicide multiple times, been hospitalized for depression, and have been on anxiety, depression medication. Objection lacks relevance. No. It does not lack relevance when you tell somebody that if they leave you, you're going to kill yourself, instead of the fact that you used the fact that you think he's going to kill you to get your DVRO. So, objection. Any probative value is sustainably or substantially outweighed by the likelihood that the omission will create substantial danger of undue prejudice. Objection lacks foundation. No, it does not. Objection. It's speculative and lacks personal knowledge. You sent the fucking text messages. What? Hi, So Well Hidden. How are you?
Is now a good time to remind you. My entire family is genetically, DNA emoji, incapable of shame.
Laura, I just want to know how you feel when these things are getting read out loud on the internet. Like, how do you feel? Do you feel proud? Do you feel cringe? Do you feel like you want to crawl up into a moon bump and shrivel up and just disappear into the ether? Ugh. You know? Inadmissible character evidence, Jesus. Page 5, item 25, paragraph 1. As shows in attachment 1, text messages between Jan Black, petitioner's mother, and myself. Petitioner has suffered from emotional issues that necessitated her placement in an inpatient facility, followed by an outpatient treatment and multiple medications. Attachment 2, messages between Ron Owens, petitioner's father, and myself. He also acknowledges petitioner's mental and emotional stability. Mr. Owens, in a text, told me, please call Laura and promise her anything. She wants to keep her alive, and I promise to help you get out as soon as it's safe. Please now. Lacks relevance. No, it does not. It's very relevant because all of your text messages show you being more of a harm to yourself than Michael Maricini ever was. Objection. Any probative value is substantially outweighed by the likelihood that the admission will create a substantial danger for undue prejudice. Objection lacks foundation. No, it does not. Objection speculative. Objection hearsay. He has the text. Father of the year. Ron Owens, Father of the Year. This is not a jury trial. I know. Yeah, fake Laura Owens, will you ever reveal your real identity? Because I need to know who you are. I need to find out who you are. It's my dream. This whole time it's Clayton. What if fake Lo is her sister? That would be so funny. She's hiding the money for Ron and Jan and just spending it on content creators. Talking shit about her. What? That's like the most passive aggressive way to get back at your sister. That would be fucking hilarious. Oh my God. Page 5, item 25, paragraph 1. Additionally, the text from petitioner to my sister in December of 2016 show petitioner a person consumed with her love for me and her desire to make our relationship work. I think fake Laura is Tug. Tug. Fake Laura is Tug. You want to collab? You want to You want to collab? Let's collab. Plot twist, it's actually Laura. Let's see. Objection, relevance. There is relevance. Objection, probative value. Objection, hearsay. He has the text messages. They count. He's not just saying it. Objection, inadmissible character evidence. I need to go through like all the objections and take notes on that. You guys, my criminology course is pretty fucking cool. I gotta tell you. Listen to me. Right. Page 5, item. Okay, so page 5. Since before we dated, petitioner has taken multiple medications to help with her depression and anxiety. The text and all of the attachments confirm this. Towards the end of our relationship, petitioner told me she would take a horse tranquilizers to calm her down. Lacks relevance. I mean, it shows you're unstable. Probative value. Objection. Lacks foundation. Objection. Speculative. Inadmissible character evidence. Okay. Attachment text between petitioner's mother and respondent. The entirety of respondent's attachment is inadmissible and should be stricken based on the following objection: lacks relevance, any probative value, hearsay, and lacks proper authentication. It can't be Laura because she doesn't have a sense of humor or money. She's broke. True. Attachment 2, text between petitioner's father and respondent. Lacks relevance, probative value, hearsay, lacks proper authentication. Text between Laura and the sister. She's objecting. So then we have, this is from his sister's declaration. I advised Ms. Owens in my text messages that she should not push my brother and instead back off and enjoy the relationship. Objection, lacks relevance. Objection, hearsay. It's not hearsay if it's what she fucking said. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bye, Malin. Hi, Dream Feed Media. It's not hearsay if I fucking said it. Quote, I witnessed manic behavior over dinner once when she yelled at him and then took an Ambien pill to calm down. Lacks relevance, lacks probative value, lacks foundation, speculative. I mean, she was there. I've never seen her tell a joke or be funny. Right. Laura was very upset about Michael dating another girl. Objection. Speculative. I mean, instead we told her we wanted her to leave us alone and she needed help. Objection. Lacks relevance. Objection. Hearsay. After that encounter, my brother filed a police report with the San Francisco Police Department. Objection. Speculative and lacks personal knowledge. Nope, not if they have the police report. You tea towel. In November of 2016, Michael called me distraught at how Laura had lied to him about getting an abortion and that he needed someone to come over to Laura's as he needed a witness. I asked my boyfriend to walk over to listen as Laura called her father to come to the apartment. He heard Laura admit to lying about the abortion. She justified her behavior by saying she didn't want to lose Michael. Laura's father, Ron Owens, told Michael that he needed to end the relationship. Mr. Owens told Michael that Laura makes up stories in her head and then believes them. My boyfriend witnessed this whole meeting and heard the conversation. Objection. Lacks relevance. Objection. Probative value. Objection. Speculative. Lacks personal knowledge. Objection. Inadmissible character evidence. Objection. Hearsay. Objection. Your Honor. Please. And she's declaring about events she was there. Talking about what happened with Ron during the meeting is hearsay, right? Because she wasn't there. But, I mean, the rest of this is, you get to Colin, though. I specifically remember being called by Michael to come to Laura's apartment in December of 2016 for a meeting with Laura and her father to discuss desire to continue the relationship with Michael. Laura had been claiming she was pregnant and had been threatening Mike with not having an abortion if he ceased dating her. Additionally, Laura had been indicating to Mike that she was contemplating suicide at the thought of their relationship ending. Objection, relevance. Objection, probative value. Objection, speculative, lacks personal knowledge. He was there. Objection, hearsay. He was in the room with you. Objection. During the meeting with her father, Ron Owens steered. Mr. Owens told Michael that his daughter had a tendency to exaggerate or even flat out make things up. Laura was complaining of depression and suicidal thoughts at the fear of her relationship with Michael ending and was very distraught. Objection, hearsay. Okay. The audio is out? Fuck. Big Tiff. The audio is out. I can't listen to it without Big Tiff. Maybe that's what I do tomorrow. I can't. I already asked Big Tiff. I can't. No, the audio for the bankruptcy hearing. A towel from South Park. All right. I'm not going to leave. No, it's the audio from the bankruptcy. I want to listen to it and give you my initial thoughts. Hi, Hound Servant. But I'm not going to leave Tiff high and dry. Summon the Tiffany. I mean, if she wants to come on, I will try to figure out a way to get her on. I usually do StreamYard, but now I'm on OBS, so I have to try to figure out, maybe I could do like a Google Meet to get her on here if she's willing to come on like right now. But I don't want to ask her to do it and then do it without her. The audio is here. Should wait for SN or ATB to get it. Okay. Got it. Yeah, Big Tiff was in here. I just messaged her too, so we'll see. Mr. Owens was very thankful as he, Michael and myself left the apartment. Owens, hold on, let me see. Got a message here. Might want to wait for a different. Why? Why would I want to wait for a different copy? Well, I mean, you guys can go listen to it. I mean, I always like to react to things. I don't watch or read anything before stream. I just want you to know that. Like, anything that I do is always here with you guys for the first time. Like, I don't go over anything. The only time I ever go over anything is for my long form videos. Court hearing audio popcorn. I know I would need snackies. But yeah, no, I already talked to Big Tiff about when it comes out. So if she's cool and she can come on and I can make it happen, I'll do it today. But if not, then I'll see if she can do it tomorrow. But anyways, okay. Miss Owens, Mr. Owens was very thankful as he, Michael, and myself left the apartment. Mr. Owens advised Michael in the elevator on the way out of the building that he appreciated Michael agreeing to not end the relationship outright and see how it goes, and then advised him to get out in a few weeks when his daughter had a chance to calm down and get a handle on her depression. Objection, relevance, objection, probative value, objection, hearsay. So I want to hear what they have to say about it. Well, yeah, I just don't want I don't want people to driving. I can hear you and I'm driving and I knew it was going to come out while I was driving. Damn it. It's okay. Tiff, listen, we'll do it tomorrow. I'll get everything set up. I'll do it through StreamYard. We will go, if you can, if you're available, we will do it live tomorrow. And then we can sit and do it fully instead of rushing it today. Yeah, she's in my DMs right now. I'm talking to her. So it's perfectly fine because then I'll finish what I'm doing and then we can have a whole new stream for tomorrow. I'll get all the goods up, the thumbnails and whatever. But yeah, I want to, that's good. A lot of folks will be off tomorrow. I don't ever want you guys to I don't know. I don't like to rush stuff. I mean, I know we want to listen to it. Trust me, I want to listen to it. But I'll have my video out. Other people are going to go over it. You guys will probably hear it 1,000 times. But anyways, okay. So then we have this. This is the declaration. False alarm hasn't posted yet. All right, perfect. That's all right. We'll get it. Tara M. Oh, so this is the attorney. We're okay. I'm edging. Stop it. Red light bulb. No need to rush. Yeah, I love when breaking news comes out, and I love being able to do that, and I love being able to be a part of that. But also, I don't know. I don't want to ever say, I don't ever want to say to someone "Oh yeah, let's do this," and then I, do something else. It's not my vibe. So what is this? The court finds good cause to grant this. Suck a wiener. Roxanne, you don't have to. Apparently I'm behind, but I hear you saying my name. Tiff. Apparently it's not. It's not here yet. Somebody just sent me money on a coffee that I thought I disabled. Oh my God. Thank you, whoever just did that. You're the best. I thought I didn't have that anymore. Objection, hearsay, speculative. Somewhere I've got the Roger Sanchez remix of Walking on the Moon. Ooh.
Rush stuff? That's my specialty.
Oh my God. Okay, so now we have just all of this. Okay, wait. Declaration of Laura Owens. Okay, so we just read this. Okay. Incidents. Violating the order. Oh, there's new stuff in here now? What the fuck, man? JB Welly, New Zealand. Hi. What time is it there? I always like to know what time it is on the other side of the world. Okay, so we have this. Mr. Maricini and I stipulated to the court's issuance of a 2-year Kletz restraining order after hearing, which expires at noon in 2020. Based on Mr. Maricini's violations of that order and my ongoing fear due to both his violations and to the severe violence that led to my restraining order, I'm requesting a permanent renewal of that order. As I detailed for the court, Mr. Maricini was brutally violent to me during our relationship. Brutally violent. Your texts would say otherwise. It's definitely tomorrow. 6:45 a.m. Oh, it's Friday? Damn. It's Thursday here. Oh, it's crazy. You guys are time travelers. Brutally violent. And yet we have those text messages. In addition to his frequent verbal berating of me, so severe that a complete stranger slipped a note when Mr. Maricini went to the bathroom during our flight to Iceland, telling me to run and get help and protection. She submitted a declaration and agreed to testify. He slapped me and strangled me during sex on multiple occasions, despite my telling him not to and promising never to do it again, and smothered me into unconsciousness. Right. Right. Or it's yesterday here. Who knows anymore? Always a head down under. Man, I want to go there. Hi, Lindsay B. As detailed, Michael Maricini held me down so hard while he had sex with me that I was bruised for several days and then strangled me. And when I gasped for air, he shoved his 2 fingers down my throat, called me a good girl when I gagged. I attached photos, petechial hemorrhaging around my bloodshot eyes, which became common due to him strangling me. He smothered me with a pillow while having sex. I thought I was going to die. He told me that was the best sex he ever had. He lay controlling my access to air. Several times during our relationship, he demanded oral sex and held the back of my head so I can move it while thrusting his so far down my throat, I threw up. Around June of 2017, I lost consciousness when he smothered me with a pillow while having sex with me. When I came to, he flipped me onto my stomach and demanded that I get on my knees, and he into my mouth. He later told me that what he had done was my fault because I brought it out of him. I felt completely broken as a human being and hated myself for being with someone who did this to me. They have seals? Yeah, I really want to go. There's a lot of places I'd really like to go. Mr. Maricini and I were spending less time, hoping that would lead to a natural end of our relationship. Instead, he began stalking me. Showed up to places I frequented, coming to my house. Don't call me. Don't come to my house. Even when I specifically told him not to, or when I ignored his calls or texts, I detailed these incidents. When he asked me if he could come over and showed up anyway after I told him no, he banged on my door, yelled at my name until I let him in. I was worried about my neighbors. He began having sex with me. I was too afraid to stop him. While having sex with me, he told me about another woman. When I didn't care, he told me it would be a turn on if I was jealous, and then held me down with his left hand and strangled me with his right hand. The last time he had sex with me, he continued to stalk me. He texted me that he had been at a bar at a corner restaurant watching me and my family have dinner there. That's not what he said. Even the text message that you put in as proof. You fucking waffle. Yeah, this is crazy. Even though he did not live in my neighborhood and told me he was moving to Sacramento, I saw him 10 times. I had been going to Barry's boot camp around the corner of my house daily. Throughout our relationship, he made fun of me. I finally filed a request after his sister and him yelled at me. Let's see. He violated the TRO. He posted on Instagram that he was at De La Rosa and Barry's boot camp. He agreed to the standard incidents since 2018. Fucking tea towel. That's right. Yeah, Jack, you should go over this. One of the restraining order terms to which Michael Maricini agreed was the standard 100-yard stay away, prohibiting him from coming within 100 yards of me, my home, my workplace. Workplace? How do you stay 100 yards away from a fictional place? I'm 100 yards away from Narnia right now. And my vehicle, I understood that part of the reason he was willing to agree to this restraint was because he was moving to San Carlos. It gave me a peace of mind to know that he would be living more than 25 miles away from me. It did, but it doesn't give you a peace of mind that he lives over 700 miles away from you now. It gave me more peace of mind to know that he would be living more than 25 miles away from me. 25 miles. Now he lives over 700 miles away from you. And you're going to try to get that restraining order? Justice for Wolf. I know. We all thought she didn't work. I was reassured by his move and by the restraining order that he would not be in my neighborhood and would not be anywhere near my home. Less than 1 week after the after hearing my parents told me that they had seen him in my neighborhood. Through my lawyer, I communicated with Maricini's lawyer that he was violating the agreement. His attorney said that he was buying a bed nearby. A mutual friend told me that she saw him in my neighborhood. 2 of my friends from Barry's boot camp who knew about him and knew I had a restraining order told me on 2 separate occasions that he had come to Barry's boot camp gym, the same one he knew I went to daily. They expressed their concern and surprised at having seen him. Let's see. Barry's boot camp, where I've taken over 980 classes. Just so everybody knows. He told me that Maricini had come into the gym. They said he didn't work out. He just came in and got a shake at the fuel bar. Someone sent me a screenshot of his Instagram post showing he was outside my gym, a copy which I am attaching. The gym is approximately 300 yards from my home and the corner from me. Now, here's the thing. On restraining orders, you have protected places, okay? Which would be your house, perhaps your mom's house. And that's it. Public places are not protected places. And also, the gym is 300 yards from your house. Now, Laura, I know you're terrible with money. I'm not good at math either. But what I do know is 300 is more than 100. Okay? See, I got 1 of these and I got 3 of these. See how this is bigger? Right. The paper says he only needs 1 of these. Barry's is 3 of these. You see? You see? Ooh. Oh, can. Wait, can. All right. So, let's see. Hold on. Oh shit, Bacon teaching us math. I mean, I'm just saying. Someone sent me a screenshot. Right. They said, I thought she knew what hearsay was. People who track gym visits for any other reason than billing are red flags. Ugh. How will this end? Hopefully jail. But you don't have protected places that are public. Maybe like a work environment. Like, I got it. Thank you, Brad. I'm actually looking I did get it. Thank you so much. Okay. Me and Tiff are coordinating some things right now. And then I have to text my mother-in-law.
The audio is premiering now. Come on, there's 261 of us, jump on it.
I am not going to do that only because I'm coordinating something. There might be an emergency stream happening today. So, and I got my mother-in-law here, so this would be helpful. There might be one today. Let me figure this out. I know. Whenever she calls her a trick, I'm like, I love that so much. Thank you for the 5, Laura. I appreciate it. I don't want to listen to her right now because we might have an emergency stream. I'm just waiting on confirmation. While I realize this is farther than 100 yards away from my home, I can think of no other reason that Mr. Maricini be at a particular gym around the corner from my house that he knows I go to regularly other than be near me in my home. He represented that he was moving more than 25 miles from home. He made fun of me for going to the gym. He didn't even work out.
I had an emergency stream once. He liked it.
Laura, you are unhinged. You are unhinged. Fake Laura Owens. Listen, you have to save your money for commissary. You have to buy ramen and you know, you got to save your money. Save your money. Oh my god. Laura, stop. Please don't. Stop it. Ew. It's our country's birthday weekend. Happy birthday. 250. Let's see. One day during the summer, my mom told me that she saw him at a restaurant about 1 block from my house. Another time, my mom told me that she saw him getting into his car a couple blocks away from my house while she was driving to pick me up. Mid-January, I saw him at a restaurant. I saw him at the restaurant De La Rosa, which is across the street from my home, well within 100 yards of my home. When I saw him near my home, I panicked. I felt paralyzed. I didn't know where to run or what to do. I was afraid of whether he would approach me, harm me, or make a scene. I was flooded with horrible memories, and I felt back to square one, fearing for my life. I might order key lime pie ice cream as a treat for you in Tiff's stream. Hey, hooray for Parapet. Yeah, I just asked her. I just texted her and was like, hey, if there's an emergency stream tonight, can I do it? But she's watching my son, so I might have to let you know. Oh my God, they found somebody. What? That's crazy. Hey, Sarah. It's so nice to hear about people being happy. Yeah, we're good. I mean, sometimes we're not. We're married, but sometimes we're good. More times than not, we're good. Let's see. 2020, we were under strict shelter-in-place orders due to COVID-19. I was walking to the pharmacy when I saw Mr. Maricini across the street from my house standing in line for takeout at De La Rosa. He was wearing a green Patagonia. He was wearing the green Patagonia jacket I gave him. And he is very tall and has a distinctive look, so I was certain it was him. Also, I was tracking him on Snapchat allegedly, so I definitely knew it was him. I was with my mom, who he knows, and I saw him turn toward us, and I believe he saw us. When I saw him, I was very scared. I began to have a panic attack. I said to my mom, that is Mike. He is not supposed to be here. Nobody's supposed to be here. Always a delight. You're a delight. Aubrey Plaza. She's like a lot of people's gay awakening. Me too, me too. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No. I understood that Maricini lives in another country. Oh, county. It's like, how good is De La Rosa? Where's the evidence that Mike ate out that often? Right. How is he distinctive? Right. Deborah Cox. Nobody's supposed to be here, but I drive myself there for the last time. My heart said no, no. I can't sing anymore. Not that I could in the first place. Didn't his sister live there? She did. Nobody's supposed to be here. Oh, he is a good boy. We love a good boy. There's blue snot out of my nose. Can only be him, right? I don't even know what Patagonia is. So I was shocked to see him right outside my house for any reason, but especially when shelter in place orders were in effect. When I came out of the pharmacy, I saw that he walked across my street and was walking with another man directly in front of my apartment. I yelled out his name because I was so scared of him. I didn't just stay in the pharmacy to let him know that I knew he was violating the order. He did not turn around and he kept walking. I was terrified that he was not taking the order seriously. I felt threatened and unsafe. Yeah, high quality. This shirt was $5 from the Target. I am my pants, my socks, my underwear, Costco. All right, listen, I am not a fancy bitch. Maricini's brutal and repeated violence against me during our relationship and then his stalking of me when I tried to get out of the relationship has caused me severe psychological distress. I have been diagnosed with PTSD, anxiety, and depression. What I would like to ask Jan Black, Ron Black, and Sarah, Ron Owens, Jan Black, Ron Owens, and Sarah, why? When you knew, when Laura is saying that you were all aware of this brutal and repeated violence, did all of you do nothing? Why did you do nothing? I would love an answer to that question. I would love to know that your daughter, Laura Owens, in her own declaration, says that her parents and her sister and her friends are aware of this brutal violence. Why did you do nothing? Laura Owens is talking. T4 got it. Does Lo not own or drive a car? No, she does. Where are we at? Who are you reading? Laura Owens every day, Charlie. Raggedy Trick. We love a good thrift buy. Yeah, I never really go thrifting. I find that to be like just as expensive as like expensive clothes. And the photo with her sister parents. So the sister tells me an awful lot. They admired her courage. Costco clothes. Yes. Exactly. Why didn't they do anything? Exactly. Double snitch. OOP violation and not respecting COVID rules. Since he did all these things to me, I struggled to have any intimate relationship. I sleep on my couch to avoid being in my bed where he hurt me. I stopped going to my favorite restaurants. Did you? Out of fear that he might come there? Because it seems you were there an awful lot when you were super afraid of him. I have frequent flashbacks of his hands around my neck, not being able to breathe or scream, and violently raping me. Where's the declaration of sexual assault? Of rape? Because in all the cases that you put in your declaration were consensual. Every time I leave my apartment, I look over my shoulder expecting he will grab me or push me or strangle me. I never go anywhere alone at night. I have friends or family walk me all the way inside my building in case he's there waiting like he was before. I carry pepper spray. I never really want to have to use it. I have a psychiatric service dog, and I live in fear each and every day. I can't imagine what Michael Maricini would do to me if he caught me alone. I see a therapist regularly, take medication for PTSD and depression, and I have undergone extreme cutting edge treatments for PTSD. In the last 2 years, I've spent approximately $75,000 of my own money. From what? Where'd you get this money? On therapy specialists and treatments like cool sculpting to try to heal from what Mr. Maricini did to me so I can move on. My doctors have told me that the treatment has not worked sufficiently to address my PTSD. Without a restraining order, I will never feel safe again. I live with fear every day of my life. He may not look like the kind of person who would do dangerous, lethal things, but he repeatedly strangled and suffocated me within seconds of my final breath. Of your final breath? Okay. Why wouldn't you put until I was unconscious? I've suffered from depression, anxiety, and PTSD, and even after significant treatment, I am terrified every day because of what he did to me. I've spent 2 years trying to recover, but that has not been enough, and I am not healed. He has not stayed away from me, and I don't think he ever will leave me alone completely. The thought of not having any protection from him and the thought that he might be allowed to come near me is terrifying. I can't live with that kind of fear. I know the restraining order has angered him, and I'm scared he harbors even more resentment towards me. I don't want to have anything to do with him ever again. Yeah, except for the fact that you do want to have everything to do with him for the past 10 years. He doesn't want to have anything to do with you, and that pisses you the fuck off. Right. She is lying, plain and simple. She has never removed herself from the situation. Right. Why are they not pushing back on her story? Charlie, I think that's why everybody, too, is so mad in this whole situation with all the courts and everything like that. Whoa, caps. Sorry, Jen. Everybody's sending me the emergency hearing, but I want to wait. I know I want to hear it, but I want to wait. Right, she is doing everything that she can to try to stay involved. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to wait for Tiff to get back to me, and then I'm going to go talk to my mother-in-law about tonight and see if we can listen to this tonight. So let me do that. What are we on tomorrow? Let's see. Declaration, request to renew restraining order. Is that what we just did? Or no. That was, oh God. Yeah, that was, okay. So tomorrow's renew. So tomorrow would be emergency stream for an emergency hearing. Yeah, I'm just waiting to hear from Tiff. And then we'll let you guys know on whose channel and where. I am dying, Jen. I'm dying. But I wanna wait for Tiff so I can ask the questions that I have when I listen to it. I do want to hear it though, but we might be on later. Oh, I like Ray a lot. A lot. Yeah, it's awful that they don't push back. Tomorrow at 11, we will be going over, let's see, 3/28/18. And that is, oh shit. No, it's not. No. Hold on. I hate that I don't have white out. 7, 10, 20. Renew. Restraining order. All right. So I'm just waiting on confirmation from Tiff. Maybe I'll bring a couple of drinks. My kids don't have anywhere to be tomorrow. So my son doesn't have school and my daughter doesn't have camp, which means I have a better chance of being able to come down on tonight. But Let me wait from Tiff. Also, I'm gonna Tiff, if you're listening, I'm gonna give you my phone number so you can text me. And that way, because I'm not always on Discord. If you hear me. How much money would it take? No, she doesn't. She would. My mother-in-law would never accept money from me. Not always in Discord. If you want. I know she might not want to give her number to me. That's fine. I don't care. I trust Tiff. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to wait. Oh, wait, she's typing back. Everybody hold their breath. Oh, she does trust me with her phone number. Ha ha, bitches. Okay, what about from us? Would she accept it from us? No, she would never. She would be like, take all that money and put it toward, and we're watching in real time. I know we have some stream besties. Also, from my understanding, there also might be like a surprise guest tonight, which is very exciting. So anyways, okay, let me go see what's going on. Let me speed clean my house so that I could be ready. And then let me talk to Tiff and hold tight. There might be another stream for tonight. If you are not subscribed already, please consider doing so. We go live basically every day. I plan on having long form content come back when my kids go back to school. Emergency stream tonight. Make sure you like the scream. Make sure you like the scream. Hype. Bang your face against the keyboard. Do all that funny stuff. And I will see you guys hopefully in a little bit. You are the best. Bye-bye.